Addler.
Saga,
Yes.
Addler. Let's switch. Heck yeah. Now I can go here. Boop, boop, boop. And I got my character sheet.
Awesome. I should have it open as well. Yep.
This I am thing is terrible.
That's horrible, yeah.
It's absolutely fucking disgusting. Get that out of here.
You can replace
Gone.
it with something useful. I don't know what that would be, but
Yeah, no, it's fucking gone. Out. Out of here. Okay, and then all of this shit.
there you go.
Up here.
Just nuke it completely. Awesome.
Just out, disappeared.
Bye bye.
Yep.
Gives you space for more contacts.
Yeah.
It's always good. We know that this is gonna go well beyond what is available anyways.
I make like a million friends
Yeah.
all the fucking time. And a million enemies as well. It works. It works either way. Yeah, man. It's gonna be good.
Awesome. Yeah, let me just make sure that Twitter didn't screw up. Oh, it didn't. Oh my god, the stream does in fact exist. Let's post
Can
it
you hear me
somewhere.
just fine? Is this a
Yep.
good
Yep,
volume?
it's good.
Okay. So I'm gonna lower it a little bit so I can talk louder without killing you.
Let's see. Is there a shilling channel on the... Oh, there is, yeah.
Just chilling. Just
Shilling.
chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Chill everything. Just chill. Advertise like a shameless horse. Let's see, where is Twitch? Here, it's Twitch on my phone. I put it there. It is there now.
Cool.
What is up with you, you silly cat?
Awesome.
Oh, it is time.
It is time. Yeah, so I did no thinking whatsoever on this. Which is always the best.
It is
so we get
the
the best gameplay. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
But I have some vague ideas, and we spoke about some things, right? So let's do introductions officially for the streams, so people know what the fuck's going on with us.
Okay. Go.
You want to start? I'm gonna start. Okay. Hi, I'm Doril. I'm known everywhere as Doril. There's some shilling links on my stream below me. Blah. I will be the game master, and I'm the main developer of Ikrand, a Forged in the Dark table talk role-playing game. I think I'm gonna start using table talk. It's good. I like
Table
it.
talk is really nice. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna run a one-on-one campaign, very focused on our single character, on the relationships they develop, and how they're gonna fuck up the world. Yeah.
Hopefully not fuck it up.
You have a tendency to upheaval everything, so in a way, you're screwing it up.
People and fucking it up is not the same. Okay. I'm a conscientious objector to your rather tainted charge nomenclature.
Okay. So who are you, anyways? It's good.
I am Lexwitch, co-developer of Ikrand. And I will be playing Addler, the player character and main source of problems, as is my job as a player character and player.
Yes, very much so.
This is a playtest. Essentially, we're just stressing the game to see how new implementations
Yeah,
have
trying to figure out
fit
what
together.
works, what doesn't. We made some changes to stress recently. We made some changes to character creation, I mean, a whole bunch of stuff, really. Actions, there we go. That's another big one that got changed. So it'll be interesting to see all of that in action, see how it works out, and especially seeing it with a different kind of character. I mean, you're still playing the character that's gonna stir up shit, but you're not doing it necessarily through the same ways that your previous characters have done, where we had two very weird witches.
Yes, this is the first character that will not be primarily, whose means are not that they're not so deeply rooted in magic. They're still rooted in magic because I cannot separate myself from it. But
Yeah, the
they're
word
not.
magic shows up like 8 times on your character sheet, so that is still a
Yeah,
thing.
it is.
But you have some skirmish, you have a lot of social avenues, and you have relationships with groups that aren't necessarily about magic, like the Trade Legion.
Yeah.
Though you're also haunted in your dreams by the Bitter Dream, a turned malicious fae creature. So it'll be interesting to see in action.
What a silly girl.
Yeah, you got into a whole bunch of trouble.
It's fine. It will be okay.
Yeah.
That's the worst
So
that could happen.
we had some thoughts about how to start this off, right? You wanted to be in like immediate conflict with the Wardens, a group of trained or created mage hunters, similar to yourself, but allied with the Order of the Eye, which rules these lands, either directly or through subterfuge, depending on what the situation needs. They have
Yeah,
the
a group of
habit
living
of
weapons.
yeah, living weapons in a sense, exactly. And they have the habit of forcefully recruiting children that show magical talents, as well
Yes.
as exterminating everyone who is not on their side.
Yes.
They keep the peace, but not necessarily your peace or the peace of the people.
They keep a piece.
Yeah,
A piece of the people that they don't like.
yeah.
A. Anyway. Yeah.
Great.
These are the kind of people that
yeah.
I'm going against. An idea that I have for the start is essentially like, yeah, the conflict of I have been informed of a rogue, spellcaster, spell user, or magic user,
Yeah.
and now there's the problem of like, wait, that means that nobody has gotten to them first, so
So
I
there's kind
probably
of
should look
this
into that.
race going on, trying
Yes.
to get a hold of him. Exactly.
Like, get him first to see how that goes. So yeah, that's my interest first and foremost at the moment. So, do you have ideas on how to start that?
Um, yeah, I like the idea of starting you off in the town he's meant to be living in, and doing some investigation, because the people. I like the idea of him being kind of entrenched with the people, right? He's been helping them, and that's how Ward got out in the first place, right? Like kind of the town sage and knowledgeable man that maybe wasn't native to the area at first, but like settled down here. And while you're doing that, the wardens will be doing the same, right? They're also trying to find him. And then,
Okay.
we can kind of ease ourselves into the setting that way, and then have a conflict on the horizon immediately.
Yep, that works for me.
Cool. So I think
Oh.
the if we wanna start, then I have the first kind of opening shot for the TV series here in mind,
Yeah.
which is like the camera flying over like a thick pine forest, as far as the eye can stretch, and it's this kind of foggy forest where there's like a layer of mist in between the trees, obscuring the ground and making it hard to see. And it like follows a road that like winds through the dark trees, right, for this region. It's like kind of cold, definitely unusual weather for the rest of Ikrand, if anyone has like seen other parts of the universe. And on the horizon, we can then see like this gray rock jutting out of the ground, kind of breaking the pattern of trees, and surrounding it in like a half circle or so is this small town. It's got like a wooden palisade wall and a few towers here and there to keep, bandits at bay and whatever else might be lurking in the woods. But it's like built around this enormous gray just hunk of granite, and this is the town of Crow's Rock. So like maybe as the camera settles in, like we get a shot of like a bunch of crows taking off from the rock, flying in like various directions. And you've arrived recently, right? You've got word that this rogue sorcerer is present in this town, but you maybe don't know their name yet. I don't know. And you definitely don't know their face.
Yeah, rumors of a magic user that is not aligned with the magocracy. Details
Yeah.
are scarce, and I am
Yeah.
here to figure out if it's even true.
So how do you travel generally? This has been like a kind of lengthy trek. It's a fairly remote
Oh.
place.
I would say that I have probably a horse, or
Nice.
either a horse or just catching rides in between. But I think it would probably be easier or more interesting to have a horse, since I often
Nice.
go
Yeah.
off the beaten path.
No, that's great. So you have a horse. So you arrived on horseback, and the guards at the gate, right? It's really just some of the villagers keeping watch. They waved you through without like further questioning, really. It's rare to get travelers in these areas, but they're not worried about anyone like coming to town. And you probably like set up yourself for the night in like one of the near, like an inn tavern kind of thing that gets the scarce visitor.
Anybody that has the accommodations, right? Like a farm,
Exactly.
anywhere, really.
Yeah. But I think something you've definitely noticed is that like the next morning, and this is the morning that we're gonna like start playing on, you see like a pair of horses like stabled next to yours. That wasn't there the like on the evening you arrived. They must have arrived during the night, and the horses are like lathered, and they had a long sprint behind them. So it seems like you're not the only one who's just arrived in town.
Yeah, travel horses, saddles, and all the
Yeah,
time. Yeah.
yeah. In fact, I think it's for you pretty easy to identify these as like the horses that like a baron's personal entourage would maybe have, right? They're fine,
Yeah.
well kept manes, nice saddlebags, etc. Even though they're not currently present, of course, but yeah, you can tell that this is not just some randos with a horse showing up.
Works.
So, what's your approach to like dealing with the situation, like gathering information? Uh,
Oh, I've got to get out and start talking to people immediately.
yeah, yeah.
That's it's got to
So,
be my
I
yeah.
mean, I have a question here though. What do we see, right? Like, what kind of person do we see? So we can gauge like people's reactions as well, and get a glimpse at the character for the audience.
Okay, let me get it. Here we go. Um, so I guess Adria, being like on the line of work that she is, um, a little bit taller than one would expect, like a even though it's not very tall, but like a 5'7" kind of style, well fed. Um, how strong would she look like? I don't think she would look super strong, but she would look fit compared
Yeah,
to most people that are not in a line of work, like farmer kind of fit, but all around. Um, she doesn't have any kind of like heavy armor. She would just be in like leather for like minor protection and just to protect herself from the
nice.
weather, boots to just get in the mud, that kind of thing, and her hair tied back. um, I guess not tied back in like 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 one braid on each side to
Mm,
just keep her hair from going everywhere. Right, the hair on each
yeah,
side and tied to
just
the back, like keeps her hair
practical,
from getting on her
but
face.
also
Yeah,
like a little bit fashionable even. Nice.
yeah. Um, she would have a cloak, not a cloak, but not to hide herself, mostly to protect from the weather, and also to be a little bit subtle about her equipment on her, given that she has like a sword.
Yeah,
Um,
like and
yeah,
that's very normal here. Like most of the villagers you see have like a cloak over their shoulders as they're going about their work.
yeah. Like
It's
the sword
and then
is obviously if you pay attention, but it's not
it's not
like
in your face.
she's
It's
not
not like
flashing it to
exactly.
make people be concerned. She also has her bag with like runes and the other kind of magical implements that she uses.
Yeah, that's all nicely tucked away. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you're absolutely in a position where you can like go around town and start asking some pointed questions if you want, or maybe some more innocuous questions. Like it's a good question.
Yeah.
How quickly do you want to escalate this?
I would definitely go to the first the um like the closest thing to like a mess hall that they have here. The whoever has the means to cook for a lot of people and go get food there. If there's a
Yeah,
place
yeah.
there.
I feel like this is the kind of town that would have like a longhouse near the center
Yeah.
that like the heavy walkers and whatnot like go to regularly, and it's kind of a public space that people just meet at. Um, and it's early
Yeah.
morning, so I think people are just meeting up before they like set out into the woods. So maybe there's like a group of loggers that are just setting up, roasting something over a fire for breakfast and having some ale out of the cellar.
Yeah, that's the what I would do. Go there to eat food, go around, see what the kind of mood is, and chat about
Yeah, nice.
the people that live in the outskirts of town, right? Like not the ones that live in the center or inside, but on
Yeah,
the outside.
it's it's definitely interesting because there's not so much farmland here, so people like live differently than you would see in like the plains. And there's a lot of like huts and houses interspersed with the trees outside. Uh, you know, it's like it's not uncommon for someone to be outside, even though it's its own kind of danger.
Yeah,
The mood
that's
is
what I
we're
like.
in the north. Yeah, chat kind of has it. This is very very much so like that. Um,
Yeah,
but you too are from the north, right? Like you
yeah.
were born and
I'm from here.
raised in the baronies. Maybe not the specific part, but
Yeah, not
maybe
literally
you
from
were.
here, but from this region,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
So you're used to this kind of stuff. Awesome.
Yeah, I'll just
Uh,
grab something to eat,
yeah.
chat up some people, try to get some information, just generally figure out what tensions are here and how people feel about them. Yeah, just familiarize, like get familiar with the people around here. So yeah, is there any like problems that come my way? What things should I be mindful
Um.
of?
Yeah, so I think as you start chatting up these loggers, right, then they're busying themselves, so they only have like so much time before they're gonna set out. But maybe one of them takes a moment aside to chat with you specifically. Um, and he's this big burly man who's been doing this job probably for 20 years now, you know. Um, and yeah, he's willing to pretty much answer any question you have about the town, right? He's kind of proud to be living in Crow's Rock and not like any of the other like towns nearby because they have all these troubles and like the barons come by every now and then, but he likes it here, so he's sort of describing it as a nice place.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go and ask like any weird things have been happening in the in the past few days. Like I've heard
Yeah,
like
yeah, and I think
rumors. I've heard
his
rumors.
his attitude is kind of a little bit like you notice that he's brushing you off a little bit once you go into like, so anything weird's been happening here.
Mm.
uh he gives you like the, oh yeah, well, the goblins, and we don't mean tiny green creatures that band into tribes and murder people and eat them, but like he's making like this reference to like goblins and folklore, these bad spirits of the woods, and he's like, oh, they've been playing tricks on the young boys again. Martin over there, he's lost his axe in the woods, and we're gonna go find it. But he shrugs. Aside from that, nah. Crow's Rock is a normal place. We don't have anything crazy happening. Like,
Okay.
he is specifically trying to like convince you that nah, this is everything's fine.
Yeah, it's all goblins and all
You
that kind of
know,
thing.
you know,
But
you know. Some baby was swapped with a changeling, but I'm sure it's just not eating right, and that'll resolve itself.
yeah, but like basically, like if you just put food like where you lost your axe, like
Yeah,
when you
that's
yeah,
that's
and
the
when you come
idea.
back, the axe will be there, but the food will not be. So it's you know how to get it back. You just gotta remember where the axe was taken.
Yeah, exactly. That's the difficult. Like, we don't have to find the axe. We just have to find out where we lost it.
Yeah. Like, are you sure it's here? Close enough, right?
Close enough.
Close
It'll
enough.
work. It'll work. Trust me. We'll come back.
Just get
We'll come
food.
back
Come back
tomorrow, and it'll be
tomorrow.
there. Yeah, yeah. So maybe that's why they're like, why they've been digging through the storage here to find like a nice, tasty morsel.
Yeah. Just cook a little bit of food. Just make some bacon. You'll get it. It's gonna be good.
This guy keeps losing his axe twice in the wood. His axe in the wood. Perfectly normal. Happens twice a day. Yeah, yeah. You just misplace things. But no, like you're keen-eyed. He's trying to not tell you what's really going on. This is
Hmm.
normal village talk that you would be okay with sharing with an outsider.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna drop it real smooth and being like, I saw some people that some weird horses on the stable this morning. Seemed probably employees of the baronies, maybe wardens.
Yeah, so I think as you mentioned that, right, he like squints and like maybe like looks across your shoulder to like scan the rest of the hall, and he's like,
Something's gotta be
some
happening.
some people came into town. I don't know what they want. They went and left to speak with the mayor, and he like kind of vaguely gestures to where you would know like the rock is at. It's like,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm not too interested in what's going on, and like he's trying to shift the conversation. So like
Oh,
maybe he like grabs one of his buddies at the shoulder and it's like, you got that stuff we were looking for? Okay, out with you. And like gives you a nod like,
yeah, just gonna say a little louder. It's like it does seem that they're quite interested in whatever is happening around here. They're gonna find it sooner rather than later.
yeah. So that sounds like you might be like pressuring him into revealing more
Yeah,
information.
I am. You would be correct. I am trying to
Nice.
pressure him.
Yeah, and you have leverage, right? Because like
I
you've just
do.
shown that you have a hunch that something's up, and like clearly you intend to keep talking about it unless he gets answers.
You will need to give me access to
Uh,
the blades sheets. So you need to
oh,
change
is that not
the
set up?
style so that I
Let
can
me see.
get to it.
That is set to all players. Let's see. Oh, the character sheet is just empty.
Yes, you need to change the two blades so I can
Oh.
roll.
I think what happened is that Roll20 reset it at some point. Weird. Yeah, let me do that. Might have to reopen the game because like when I go to details, it still has the stats for Blades game in there.
No problem.
Let's see. Game settings.
I can roll regularly.
Yeah,
How
you
much
can also just
is stress? Pushing yourself costs 1 in this
2.
game, right? And 2?
Yeah.
Didn't we say that
Uh,
it would cost 1 because there's a different there's no assist?
no, there's assist. If you're in groups.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the game doesn't have
Let's
assist
see.
because you don't play in groups in this game.
Yeah. So,
I thought, well, whatever.
but I think it's 2 because like we have a track that's 8, which is that's the same as Blades, isn't it? Or is it 9 in Blades? Here's a thing I wanted to do. Because they've been doing it in Bands of Blades, is you only trauma, quote unquote, once it's full and you go over. So you have 8, not 7, effectively. Right. So you can
Okay.
fill the entire track, and then if you spend
Go
stress, it goes over. Yeah. That's a nice
Okay.
thing that cleans it up a bit.
Let me know when you do the thing.
Yeah, if you reload the game, it should be Blades in the Dark now.
Perfect. Let's go.
And then we can drag the fortune roll into the macro bar. So that's really all we
Yes.
need.
So let's go. Yep. And now I can change the name of Sway to command. Let's change it to press.
Oh, they let you do that now. That's
Yes.
awesome. Oh, I
I'm
love
gonna
that.
do that. Position and effect.
Position and effect. So I think the immediate situation is controlled, but
So,
if it escalates, right, we know the risk. Right, like the wardens are gonna get wind of your presence,
Yeah.
And effect, standard effect, right? You can get some information out of him.
I don't think that no, I don't think that the risk is that the wardens are gonna get wind of my presence. I think that the threats here are on the layer of the populace here.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So there's gonna be maybe some kind of hostility or
Yeah, that makes much more
confrontation
sense.
drive for yeah. So control and standard or
Controlled
control and
standard. Yeah,
let's
you can.
go. What's the worst that could happen? Do I have anything that helps me? No. No. Yeah, 2.
Oh, wow. um. Oh boy, where's... I need to just have this open always. Position. Even after years, I like don't actually remember exactly what it says on controlled. You falter. Press on by seizing a risky opportunity or withdraw and try a different approach. Yeah. So I think you kind of fall on deaf ears. Like he is just like and like just tries to like get out of the door to leave you alone. But you can take it outside, right? Like be in front of his group and like press him like further and be like, no, answer me.
Yeah. Actually, who else is here? Because like if this person is so like I probably just got I'm gonna let him go and just go to the
Yeah, try to find someone else.
not that someone else. I want to specifically talk with the owner of this place, the person tasked with the mess hall, right?
Oh,
They have to
yeah,
be
I
some
think
kind of
it'd be like
community leader or either an important person, right, in the community.
yeah, an important person in the community, exactly. So I think as he leaves, you spot like an elderly woman, walk into the hall, and she's like observed some of what was going on, but didn't pay too much attention perhaps. And you recognize her by like her clothing and her demeanor as the person who is kind of charged to keep order in the hall, and keep it clean as well. Maybe she like has like a roll of parchment and something to like mark things on, to like count the barrels and like sighs as she notices that the lumberjacks have like taken from the stores again, as she counts it up. So she would like totally know everyone who visits all the time because that's her job.
Yeah, I will just turn to her and be. That was conspicuously evasive, at the very least.
The young man giving you trouble again. And she like squints and then like sees that you're not from town. It's like, oh, I don't think we've met before. And like reaches her hand out. It's like, Martha, I keep
Adria?
stock of the. And she like sighs as she like scratches off another barrel. Keep stock of the things here. What brings you to
Concept.
town?
Trouble, or I guess looking for trouble.
Mm.
I hear there've been weird things happening around here. A kid, something. Watchers are around. So wardens are around.
Is that who arrived? I didn't want to believe it. It's not time yet. We still have some years. She shakes her head, and it's like she's alluding to like the wardens regularly come by like every few years to like
Yeah.
test the children effectively.
It doesn't. Seems there is some news. I've also heard rumors. I guess we got an unscheduled candidate.
Yeah, she like even like spits and is like always meddling with things. These wardens, false. What? But what can I help you with? I'm sure you're not here to talk about bad news. We get those often enough.
Um, I guess I would be. I would say, actually, yeah. What would be my kind of line of work?
Yeah. What do
Distinct
you
from the
tell people?
wardens.
Like like I think some people that have knowledge of the wilds and the Fae, like you, take up the trade of like guides, right? They help travelers get from A to B, just safely on the road, dealing with encounters, and like maybe taking the occasional shortcut. And
Yeah.
it's kind of expected that they're like capable men and women that know some odd things on occasion.
I'm thinking maggots or hexer.
Oh,
Um,
Hexer's a cool world. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
definitely not
hexer.
Witcher.
Definitely not Witcher. Magus I really like, but Magus puts me too close to
Yeah,
mag mage.
yeah,
Um,
and like you're familiar with hexcraft, right? More
yeah,
so than magic or
yeah,
may. Yeah.
um, yeah, yeah. It'll just be like, oh, hexer by trade.
Hmm. So yeah, like maybe she whistles for a broken tooth and it's like, ooh, been a long time since we have had one of you in town.
Well, I am the local one, and I hope that I could have gotten here before the wardens, but seems I'm pressed for time.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, if they're sticklers for protocol like always, they'll have gone up to the mayor. Uh, that visit's gonna take some time, I imagine. She like
Hopefully,
kind of squints like, why are you so? What is it you're looking for in town?
the kid. Hopefully, before the wardens get to him or get to them.
Hmm. Hmm. What would you do if you found him?
Take him from here. I don't think that there's. I don't think there's much that can be done to keep the kid here without being taken by the
Yeah.
wardens. Yeah,
Yeah, she
that's
kind of scratches her neck and like thinks about it. And it's like, ah, yeah, it's a difficult situation.
does the kid have family or elsewhere?
Um, I think I think she kind of takes a moment before she says, "No, but he's older than normal. We've hit him before."
Mm, okay, so I guess he escaped the last round.
She nods. But it's become difficult. Some travelers months ago saw something they shouldn't have, and well, I guess this is what it brought us. I'm not sure what to do.
I know some mystics. They'll probably be able to help teach the kid a thing or two. Give him a chance, maybe.
Yeah. So this is yeah. Where do we go from here? I
I don't
wonder if
think
she
parents are quite
just.
prepared to raise a kid like that. It's a bit hard, I assume. Not
Yeah,
that I have
yeah.
kids.
I think she nods and it's like, well, leaving. If you truly know a place, I think it would be good to take him away from here. But the family might think otherwise. He's been helping out around the homestead, making himself useful. It's hard for people to give up on that, you know.
We can maybe buy time then. We can probably keep an eye on the wardens. Tell me who the family is.
Yeah, I think at this point, like we've talked away into a place where that works. So, yeah, she gives you the name of the family and the place they live at, and it's like maybe an hour out of town. They have a small homestead, which has helped like avoid trouble in the past.
Yeah, I pay. Get on the horse. Zoom.
Nice. Powell. There we go. That's the estate. Well, homestead really. It's one house with like a barn attached to it.
Yeah, I'm pressed for time now. This is.
Yeah.
Gotta figure out what the fuck to do.
So maybe as you're like heading out, you get a better sense of the town, because you like have to cross over. You bring your horse through town, and you see that like about halfway up into the rock, the Crow's Rock, someone has like built a house, and there's like a cloaked figure like knocking on the door, demanding entry. With someone else behind them. That's probably where the mayor lives. Overseeing the rest of town, like the pretentious fuck he is. Maybe he's a nice person, I don't know. But yeah, you leave and then climb on your horse and rush into the woods to the homestead, following the instructions that Malfoy gave you. You follow the road for a bit and then take a footpath along a stream, and make sure you don't get lost in the lingering mists, which are slowly clearing up as there's like maybe a drizzle coming from the sky. Clouds are rolling in. And yeah, you arrive at this like farmhouse, in the middle of the woods. There's an area has been cleared out where they grow turnips and other root vegetables and stuff like that. There's no potatoes, because it's Europe in the Middle Ages. There were no potatoes easily. Anyways, they have a small barn with like a cow, maybe some pigs. Nothing impressive really. But you definitely see like a man walking the field. He's got like the big whatever it is that you break open the ground with. So he's preparing for the coming rainfall. Planting things, I guess. But I think as he sees you, he like kind of drops his things almost in like surprise, and then like quickly gathers himself and like walks over to you to like stop you before you like go anywhere he can't see you at. It's like, whoa, traveler, what brings you here? Yeah.
I am. Do I know the name of the kid?
Yeah. You can name the kid. I only named the family.
Harry Potter.
Harry Powell, perfect.
Harry Powell. There you go.
That's not. It's fine.
Yeah. I just point at. You see the guy?
He's out in the but wait. Why here? Like, you get the information. He's out back, but
there's not a lot of time. I think the wardens arrived in town this morning. Well, yeah.
By Bane, no. And he's like, do they know he's here? What do
They
they
don't.
know? What have
I
what have
don't know.
people heard? Oh
They're
God!
in the mayor's town. They're in the mayor's place.
And you're like, ah, I'm gonna have to hide him again.
They're gonna keep looking for him.
Why? Why? They didn't know he was here last time. I mean,
They're
maybe
here
they've
out of
heard
schedule.
something. I don't know.
Yes, I
But
heard of it. Been hearing rumors. I don't know who saw him. I don't know what happened. But they should arrive in maybe an hour. I'm not sure.
if they're talking with the mayor, maybe he likes to drone on. Maybe we have more time. But
I don't know
so
your
so
mayor.
what? Are they just gonna come and take him? He's my boy. They can't.
That's what they do with all of them. The least they can do is take him. The worst they can do is worse if he doesn't want to come with them.
He wouldn't want to come. We've heard what they do. And he's kind of at a loss, right?
Yeah?
Like, this is something that people don't have the power to deal with.
Yeah. I'm gonna be. Do you have family elsewhere?
He shakes his head. I don't, not the elsewhere you'd think, I guess. Just a few villages
Elsewhere?
over.
Probably not far enough.
No.
Hmm.
We're a tight knit bunch here.
The best I can do is take him to the Mystics. It, or yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. How do people generally perceive, unlawful mages like that? Mystics.
I think it's completely mixed. The because I always imagine those kinds of characters as like anarchists, like the people who just explicitly reject the order that
Mm-hmm.
that that has been given, but they're not always an active force against it. Right there, they
Yeah.
live in loose communes outside of the
S-
purview of the current order,
Yeah,
explicitly separate
so
themselves from it
s-
and
s-
intermingle in very loose ways.
yeah. So I think a lot of people that are like used to the system and live in it, like maybe see them as outcasts. It's a bad way to live. Um,
Yeah, the
like you'd
closer you
be.
are, the more entrenched you are in the system, the more negative a view you have of them, and the the less entrenched you are in the system, the more you see it as just like a different
Yeah.
way of life.
So I think I'd like to make a fortune roll for this family here to
Yeah,
see where they fall, because living in the system means you live a decent life,
yeah.
and they're doing okay here, I think. But at the same time,
They're not
d-
privileged at
they're
all.
not privileged. They're gonna lose their child, and that's a big deal. So
Yeah, being in a village is you are at the shit end of the entire system, because
yeah,
the only thing that happens to you is that somebody comes from like the the structure and just gets taxes from you.
yeah.
They come here to just get paid. You don't get any benefit.
So I guess the trait we're assessing here with this fortune roll would be his um, predisposition towards mystics, right? How much does he align with that field, with those kinds of people already? And we know he lives like out in the woods, away from people. He has to deal with, like, maybe you spot like a line of salt on his doorstep. Like, he knows and he deals with these things. So that's definitely a die. And he
Another
has
thing I would
heard the
also
bad things that the mages do. So
another big thing is
yeah.
that in on the edges, or at least the people who are not closer and closer to wealth, would rely on mystics for medicine.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good point. So maybe in the past he's needed that. Yeah.
That witches were the doctors back then, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Witches, midwives, like witches were the doctors, were the midwives, were all of that, right?
So I think we're looking at like 2 dice.
Yeah,
It would be 3, but he's living a good life in the system. Um, his family has done okay,
yeah,
having this house out in the woods. So let's roll 2d6, and
yeah,
if you get a 6, he's like, okay, what do we have to do? It's gonna be hard saying goodbye,
yeah.
but this is what needs to be done. On a 4 to 5, there'll be some conflict that has to be overcome. Maybe you have to convince him, or there's something else you need to do first. And 1 to 3, there's some
It's a no
stern
go.
no, I have some
Yeah, missed
principles,
opportunity.
like we don't do that here. Okay,
Yeah, that opportunity's gone. Got it. Let's go.
let's do it. Do you want to roll?
Sure. Let's just do that.
Make that fortune roll.
Jam. Fortune. To die. Hello. Oh.
Oh.
Mystics. A 4.
A 4.
At least it was not a 3.
Yeah. So there's some additional convincing or a condition that has to be fulfilled.
Yes.
So he entertains the idea, right? It's like, well, I, I guess we could send him away, but like, so I don't know what the conflict here is. Right? What is the problem that he has to face?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him like he can always come back once they consider him gone. The mystics are a strange bunch, right? But
Yeah.
they do know
Yeah.
how to train people in magic. That he's gonna be able to fend for
So
himself.
I think, yeah, I think that gives me the idea here, right? Like you need to give him some reassurance that he'll be okay, and that the rest of his family isn't like gonna get into trouble about his son disappearing, right? Because they're gonna
Oof,
ask
yes,
questions if he just vanishes.
I would have to talk with the wardens then.
He's like, you can do that?
I can try, but first we gotta get the kid out.
Right, right. Well, help me gather what we need, unless
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
talk to them. Yeah, okay. So he leads you
I
back
go.
into the house, and you meet the kid.
I go. How old?
um, how old do we want to say? Like
Early teens,
early
late teens,
teens. I think early teens sounds good.
because they do rounds frequently, right? Like every few years.
Every few years. So
So at most they would miss like a cycle or two.
yeah. So he's like 12, 13, that kind of age where just starting to get like really independent, but
Start to do dumb shit. Yes,
yeah, start to do dumb shit. Exactly.
dumber shit.
Um, and it's at this point, they're going to school every Sunday, whenever, right? To meet the other kids and learn
Good
about
news! You're gonna
the
get school
world.
every day.
Yeah. And that's probably how word got out. The kids talking about, like, oh, Harry has seen something weird in the woods again. It's like, yeah, Harry sees weird things in the woods all the time. Uh, but
You're
yeah,
a wizard, Harry.
you're a wizard, Harry. So I think it is like this scrawny, dark-haired kid with like the kind of messy hair. But you know, aside from that, fairly normal, I guess, so far. Um, and yeah, you just start packing shit up, but like maybe like how's the subject like broached here to Harry? Because this is a big like, oh Harry, you're gonna go on a journey kind of moment. It's like,
Yeah, just Harry. Do you like school?
uh yeah, I mean, farm's boring, right? Only the woods out here, and like not quite sure how to talk to like to a stranger.
Well, good news. You're gonna get school probably every day, and in the woods.
And yeah, I think like at that moment, his father like chimes in and like starts explaining the situation, and maybe there's some drama, but ultimately he's a 12-year-old kid. He will conform to what his daddy tells him, which is to go away with the strange lady on a journey. Um, and like I think he's mature enough to like understand that in the past he's been hidden from these bad men that wanted to take him away. And maybe there's like a kind of emotional conflict of like, but now I'm getting taken away by a lady.
By another lady.
but she's not bad, and like gets that reassurance.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like, don't worry too much, Harry. You're gonna be learning magic.
yeah. So I think at some point, right, the dad like has another conversation with you, and it's like, okay, so we have the spot where I can bring him and hide, but if the wardens show up here and well, I can't keep him safe in that case.
All good.
So
I'll talk to them. I'll go back to town.
good.
Um,
And he tells you the spot, right? Like, this is where you're gonna be able to get him once you've cleared the situation. I'm trusting you here to do the best.
Yeah.
You stranger that I don't know.
I'm gonna. Okay. So I need. I need. Geez, I may have to fight the wardens.
You might.
I might have to. The plan is easy. Well, the plan is I got some things that I got to deal with. First, I gotta have a serious talk with the wardens about this. But first, I need to isolate them
Yeah.
from the deal so that I don't end up implicating more and more people.
Yeah, make the problem you, not
Yeah.
the village.
So first, I need to go back to town, to the village, and figure out who are they. Like, are they mercenaries, or are they the crafted ones? Right?
Yeah, that is.
Are they people that I can talk to, or are they just basically indoctrinated machines? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the first thing. What kind of warden are they? Is the big one. That's the first thing that I need to know.
Okay. Yeah, and I think you can do that if you return to town and like I've observed them maybe from a distance as they're finishing up with the mail, or ask some folks that have dealt with them, back at the inn. What we can establish is that as you like ride back to town, you don't come across them. They're still busy doing
They're still
things.
being,
Yeah.
they're still trying to get the information from the mayor.
Yeah, who either doesn't know or has been valiantly stalling them.
Or is just an old man that can't shut up.
Yeah.
Um, or all of three. Um, so yeah, I want to get information, descriptions of those people. Like I want to be able to tell, and I think that people probably can tell the difference between both of them, because
Yeah. No,
crafted
it's
monsters, they're basically like weird mutants, uh, compared to talented, like people of different trades or different
yeah,
skills.
like you can tell when you're talking to someone professional but maybe arrogant, and someone who's been made to do something.
Yeah, like witchers have the weird eyes, right?
Exactly.
The weird colored eyes, and all of them have the white hair kind of deal. Like at least the ones from some of those schools. There has to be a thing that leaves a mark from the
It's
process.
immediately apparent once you're in a conversation with them, for sure.
Yeah. Also, they're
Uh,
indoctrinated, which is different from someone that was socialized in other ways.
yeah, yeah. So there's probably like like tells through how they dress and how they behave. So awesome, yeah. Like, how do you get this information? What's your approach?
Jeez, oof. Um, the the stable, yeah, where I was.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
they probably had to check with someone to 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 leave the horses there.
yeah. Nice. You go down and talk with
Yeah,
the
I gotta be
stable
like, how
boy.
did the owners of the horses, the ones that came from the baronies, how did they look like? How did they talk?
Um,
What is it? Like it,
yeah, yeah. And you're talking to this guy. Now, what I so I think there's a risk here, right? Because this person has either been intimidated or paid to provide service,
yeah,
possibly both.
okay,
And the risk here is that he runs, like the moment you leave, he runs off and tells them someone's been asking questions.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a risky role of some sort.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be
Consulting?
um probably consorting. Um, there's a sense of urgency here, but the the rapport being built here is that the like that weird that they're not on the same team that we are,
Yeah.
right? They're people that are from the baronies, and they obviously came here because something is wrong for them, and if something is wrong for them, is we are
Something's
gonna
wrong
be
for the
wrong.
village. Yeah, for the
Yeah,
town.
we're gonna be
It's
fucked. If they get benefit, we don't.
right, right. You're
So
trying
it's
to
it's
to lean on that.
it's gonna
Like
be the like, hey,
this
I
concerns
need,
everyone.
yeah, I need help. Right? The 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 wardens that came here are looking for someone in the village, and it's not gonna end well if they do. I need to know how they look like, the wardens that came here from the baronies.
Nice. So I think it's like a early 20s stable boy that you're interrogating effectively. And we'll find out if he's greedy, if he's been intimidated, or if he's just gonna tell you as you
Yeah,
as you converse with him here. Awesome.
yeah. Risky standard.
Risky standard. Yeah, you can get the
Okay.
information you need. But They are the
Let's
established
see.
risks.
I don't have anything that helps me.
Yeah, not
think.
really.
No. Nope. Let's go.
You're really good at resisting resolve consequences, so I'm sure you'll be fine.
Probably. It'll be fine. I put
Oh, that's not
wrong
right.
amount. I put the wrong amount. How much was it? The first die? The first roll?
One die. Oh,
One die?
yeah, I'm a little
Oh,
bit
it's four.
confused because it said it rolled 0 dice, but then when I hover over it, it says it rolled 1 die. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's a 4.
Yeah, sorry.
First die.
I mean, 4 or 5, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
So you do it with a consequence.
Yes.
So the first thing you gather is like he's afraid. He's been intimidated into this. He saw something that maybe he didn't want to. And he's like, well, one of them, he did all the talking, and he had the sword on his back, and well, he describes the man, and it sounds like a mercenary, right? Like someone prim and proper, like maybe an ex-soldier, like he carried himself well. But then he's like he just stood there, and he like looked at me like he didn't even see me as a person, and he I don't.
Well, that's certainly a combination.
Yeah.
Look, if you let this happen, it's gonna happen again. Next time that there's a kid in town, it's gonna keep happening.
He just nods, like, yeah, whatever you say. Like, he's still a little bit shaken up. Yeah, and you can ask some follow-up questions here, I imagine.
No, like I got what I need.
You got what you need. Awesome.
I know that one of them is a mercenary. The other one is one of those weird boys.
Yeah.
The spooky boys.
Tag
which
team.
Is bad.
And the consequence. How does this manifest? He probably will, like, in the time it takes you to figure out what to do, he probably talks to the actual, like, stable owner about this, and that person is loyal, and that person is gonna go walk up to the mayor and be like, hey, this person has been talking about the wardens, she sounds like trouble, do something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. That makes it more interesting. We have a shot of that happening after I go away.
Yeah. But you can resist. Yeah.
Oh, no, I want it. I want that to happen.
You want it? Awesome.
It's good. Yeah, I will just like the conversations, like, if you let this happen, it's gonna happen to the next kid. And it's good. Yeah. You're gonna keep coming.
Yeah, and he looks like really conflicted and like just wish he he just wishes he wasn't walking this week.
He's like, tough luck. Just tap on the shoulder. Thanks. You gotta go.
Thanks, and you leave. And he puts his broom away and like rushes in the back to like talk to his master.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
Nice.
Oh God. I gotta do something. Oof. Okay. I need to figure something out now.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, like, maybe there's the opportunity to like consult your knowledge of the wardens through maybe your circle to be like, do I know this tag team?
Do I know, based on the description, based on the things
Yeah.
they've told me, do I know this group?
I
Um,
think
I
I
think I
think you have
want
the
to know.
ability to ask that question. Yeah.
I think that I want to figure that out later. I have a
Okay.
better plan to deal with this now, and is I want to go back to the stream, the place where you go to the Powell state, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in there, I'm gonna use like the spirit binding. Um, I need I need the woods to split them up,
Oh,
right?
yes.
I want I want them to be hindered so that they take longer, and I want them split up so I can meet only one of them at a time. So what I'm going to do is on the path, I am going to dig onto the ground close to the roots of the trees, and I'm going to put one of the runes on the ground. Right, I'm gonna try to
Mm.
write the proper runes onto like the appropriate rune. They need to be hindered, meaning that they would be delayed. Whatever their intent is, they will have to overcome challenges to get there. Right, navigation is gonna be very hard.
Yeah.
Um, and I also want them to be led to me. One of them to be led to me during that. I think that's what I want to do. So I want to call into the spirits of this trail specifically, like
Nice.
the spirit of this trail,
Yeah,
and
the
get it to contort, get it to hinder them, to entertain itself with them.
awesome. Yeah, like call upon the wisp and like Irrlicht to mislead the traveler. S-
Yeah. So
Um,
I'm gonna get the stones. I'm gonna put like four like along the trail, and then I'm gonna try to commune with the spirit, to try to speak to it,
yeah, yeah.
tell it what I
So
want.
awesome. So and I think like in the TV show, right, we get this shot of the two wardens like leaving town as you're doing these preparations, and like yeah, that's the kind of time frame we're working with. This is a
Yeah,
very quick thing that's happening. They like finished up with the mail, got their horses, like heard from the owner, like, hey, someone was asking questions about you, and then we're like, let's go to the Powells.
yeah. So like the talking through one of the stones, right? Like the 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 runic language that we use to talk with these things. The um the like the Tom Riddle's diary kind of style,
Mm.
where you write onto the flat rune what you want, and you get a response back, right? Like it sinks into the stone, and that response sinks back. Like I
Very
already
nice.
planted the runes on the trail. I got the trail spirit, and now I'm trying to talk to it through these other stones, and I'm asking
Awesome.
it what I
Yeah.
need.
Yeah, and I think like the conversation like is you like whispering into your rune, and then there's like a breeze coming through the woods, the rustling of leaves and clattering of sticks and natural sounds, but like as a response, and you're interpreting, like hearing something in there. Nice.
So yeah. So yeah, those are my terms. That's what I need of them is
You need the next two
hinder them.
travelers to get lost, get hindered, and you want to meet with one of them.
Yes. Preferably the. Now I gotta choose which one. They both have benefits. I
Yeah.
could take out the other guy. I could take out the mutant and just they have one less mutant, which is great, and I also have leverage against the other guy because he will be alone then. He doesn't have backup, which is good.
But that also means seeking a fight with the mutant.
Yeah.
Just maybe not a good idea.
Yeah. Well, alternatively, I could just talk with the mercenary, and I'm pretty sure he's the brains of the operation. So, yeah. I think I'm gonna seek the mutant. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be what I would ask.
So then an obvious like result on a 1 to 3 would be that roles are reversed.
Yeah. And yeah, that would be it.
Nice.
That would be what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to ask it to do this, right? Like
Okay.
they will come through the path. This is the people that will come through the path. Just fuck with them.
Okay, let's figure out the role.
I think this is probably consort.
Yeah. You're calling upon the spirit of the path, which usually is a benevolent spirit that guides travelers along their way and keeps them safe from harm. But you're trying to convince it to twist things, let out its true nature, its true chaotic nature.
Yeah, just get a little playful, have
Yeah.
fun, live a little.
Nice. So I think with the setup and the fact that this is like a very remote place where people live close to nature, you can just consult. I think in other places there might be an attune necessary first to call it there to listen, but here, yeah, you can attune. You can consult directly.
Position and effect.
So it's risky, as established, and you would have limited effect because this is a pretty big ask, right? For an established, well-traveled path to do this, but you do have an ability which gets you +1 effect when calling upon and conversing with entities like these. So that bumps you to standard.
Okay.
And I think I like the idea of proposing a devil's bargain here. Something to do with Myrexia. Right, because that is a Fey spirit which is ever present.
I think that the easy devil's bargain is that Myrexia will show itself to whomever is not with me.
Ah.
She gets to influence whoever is not with me.
That's nice. I like that. Yeah. You want to take that?
Yeah.
Okay, take your Moxie.
What do you think? I proposed the G.
Yeah. No, just making sure. So take your Moxie and your die.
Devil's Bargains gives Moxie and a die, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Let's see. Do I want to go to desperate for extra effect and
Yeah.
make it so they cannot get out of there? They cannot get out of the woods
Yeah,
without.
with a desperate grade, I would definitely say that like one of them gets lost like for a long time, and
Yeah,
can't meet up with the other.
they just get lost, like
Yeah,
straight up, and come back.
days later.
Yeah, they have to hunt for for a bit. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
I think I do want that, absolutely.
Awesome. So
Right.
how do you go to desperate here? What does that look like? Like,
I think that this more ideas from Burning Wheel, which is a thing that I'm a big fan of, is that um, actually, yeah, like the way that I would do this is just like giving up, risking more to fall into like Marixia's hands.
mm,
The idea that like the so that the actually no, I think that what will happen is the chaos thing, the chaos monster thing, which is that which
oh yes,
I want it so that if on a 4 to 5 or a 1 to 3 or whatever, the forest will hinder me in retaliation. So even if it
yes.
hinders them, at some point
Like,
it will also hinder me.
I like that. That is great. Yeah,
There's a
that lets you go to desperate.
Okay, so let's
Just
go.
letting it play. Yeah, so
Desperate,
we have a
great.
desperate, great consort roll with a bonus die.
Let's go. Oof.
Wow.
There we go.
Oh, I love it. Well, mark your experience for
Yes.
making a desperate roll.
Yes.
Ah, so I like the idea of like to make it personal, right? To make it desperate. You like let go like a drop of blood, right? Just one. And as that hits the ground, right, like your rune, the sky kind of darkens as there's like another like more wind moves through the forest, and it's like maybe a howling sound, as like the clouds roll in, and like the drizzle becomes stronger, and yeah, the woods turn, right? These are no longer the nice woods that you were traveling through an hour earlier. These are the wild woods where there's wolves and fae and other things roaming. Right, you've crossed the threshold. This is what's really there. Um, and yeah, so we did say that on a 1 to 3 you meet with the other mercenary, with the other
Yes.
warden. So you meet with the mercenary, while the other one is lost for a while. Nice.
Everybody's lost.
Yeah.
I am
Now,
lost. They're lost. I am,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
lost with the
This
one that
is
I
like
don't
the
want
kind of
to.
scenario like you are probably like you haven't physically moved, but you are elsewhere now. This is a different
Yeah.
forest. Um,
This turned into a mess
yeah,
very quickly.
but of course, because this is Fortune in the Dark, you may resist any of these consequences if you wish to. But do you really?
No, not really. I like that
No.
mess.
No, it's a good mess. So, is this kind of scenario where no, on a 1 to 3 you don't get what you want.
Yep.
So the scenario is like you are lost as well, and you meet as you and the mercenary are like making your way through the woods, like on chance almost. Right.
I am led to the mercenaries,
You are
and
led
the
there,
woods is an
right?
absolute fucking mess.
Yeah. Like
It does
you
whatever it wants for a while.
yeah, like you start following the road, like confident that things worked out and things are well, and then like you pass by like a rotten old bridge that like a troll would live under, but it's like collapsed, and there's a stream now next to the path that wasn't there before. The trees have all kind of become crooked and ominous. There's roots growing on the path. Like this is not this is not where you were.
It's
And
not
at a certain point, as you're like realizing that I messed up, you hear like a shout of like a person in the underbrush, and like the hacking and cleaving of a sword against like shrubbery, as someone like hacks their way out of like some vines and roots and stumbles onto the path. No horse. Um, and it's one of the wardens. It's the he's a lean man. Carries himself well, and like as he gets out of the undershrub, like he stands up and straightens up. He's holding a like silvered long sword with like a slightly thinner than normal blade. Um, has the sheath for it like on his back. There's like pouches and belts covering him with like vials of liquids and other useful things. And he's wearing like this heavy black traveler's cloak, which is like clasped closed with like a silver insignia of the eye, which is a big tell. And he turns and looks at you, like straightens up and kind of puts a fake smile on his lips, and it's like, oh, traveler, didn't expect to meet anyone here. You lost too? Kind of looks up and down the path.
Unfortunately. I've not been told that these places were as treacherous as they turned out to be.
Yeah, he kind of nods and is like, yeah, horse threw me off. Shakes his head, dumb beast. Got spooked by something in the woods, and my companion, well, he can tend to himself. And he kind of gives you a good look over, and is like, so, you're the troublemaker then? Like,
yes.
We established that they know of you now.
Yeah. Yes, I may have taken a wrong turn or 20. I guess you're stuck with me.
Yeah, well, kind of looks around. What are the chances that if I deal with you, everything goes back to normal? He like just shoots you a grin. It's like,
low.
What if I were to do that?
Fairly low. I think this is out of my control now. But you're willing to try.
Well, depends. Depends on if you're gonna be helping me do my job or not, I guess.
I will not. I was actually hoping that I could talk to you, but
we're talking.
I'm not sure.
And like as you've been having this conversation, he has sheathed his sword again. Though you imagine he could draw it in an instant if he wanted to.
Yes, we both can. It's fine.
Yeah.
I was hoping that we could talk about it.
He kind of, holds out his arms, like, come at me. What do you want to talk about?
Chances are the kid is not here. Not at least
family will be hiding him. he's just like, your chances are the kid's not here, and he's like, yeah, family will be hiding him, of course. They always do.
I'm not sure how willing you are to deal with the mystics. Were you tasked with that?
I'm here to get the kid. Says so in my contract.
Okay. Well, I believe the mystics are not something that you can easily deal with, but there is a problem. Well, not quite. Given that you're by yourself, I think it would be easier to deal with you if you want to give it a try. You're not getting out of here if you're going to keep looking for the kid.
I do have a job to do. What do you propose, though? What are you saying?
The best are rumors. At best. What you have are rumors of the kid. Confirmed only here.
I've already spoken to the male. He gave us a name.
I know. But you only have a single partner, though, right?
Maybe. He does only have a single partner.
I can easily take care of that. You come back? No. There were only rumors. We wouldn't miss 2 checks in such a small town, such a small village.
It takes an awful lot to kill that brute. He just says, and I think there's like some convincing work that would need to be done with that kind of line of thinking.
I mean, if he gets me, you can just keep going. At best, at worst, I would be out of your way. At best, you can just return. Right? If I get him, you return. If he gets me, you just keep going. Either way, you don't lose.
I mean, so he's not. That isn't like problematic for him. If you wanna go up against this partner alone, you can try. He's fine with that. But what he isn't fine with, I think, is the prospect of having to come back and be like, I lost him. How do you convince him to agree to that bit?
That bit.
What's like the excuse that you propose, or like, how do you reassure him it's not gonna come bite him in the ass, or convince him that it's worth taking that risk?
Yeah, that's a good one. He's gotta report back. It's taken.
Yeah, because like someone sent him here directly and was like, "Hey, I've been told there's a kid here. Go collect it." And then he comes back and is like, "Well, so I didn't get the kid. That was a bad call, and my partner, I don't know."
Yeah, there are rumors. You go to confirm them, and then you go to collect the kid. And we sent you with a living weapon, and the living weapon just got wrecked somewhere. Let's see.
It's like the excuse of the woods turned bad and we got separated and I couldn't find him anymore only goes so far. Like, it's not unbelievable, but
regardless, whatever it is, something that
exactly
that doesn't work that way. So do I want to get involved? The disciples of Bane, they're druidic.
Yeah.
That would be easy. That would be actually pretty easy.
Yeah, they're really easy to blame for everything.
They're weird and druidic, and they got lost in the woods, and that kind of thing. All I gotta do is
provide the evidence.
Provide the evidence. Oof. What could I do? What would be good kind of thing. How much do I know about the kind of magic that they use?
Um, I don't know. Because I don't know what kind of magic they really use, and I don't know how much you know. Let's find
Okay,
out.
let's figure that out. Let's roll just a
Yeah.
study, I guess, or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember what kind
Yeah,
of
like
thing.
how did you come across the knowledge? And I guess we do a flashback to that.
Um,
Uh,
just gather information, learn about magic. I'll
yeah,
probably
like you
have
you
been
do get your ability for
research, right?
this. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
okay.
probably have been a
So
research. Think
you
of
read
like
about it, you asked people about their experiences. Nice.
it's probably it is one of the disciplines of magic in the area. They're just disciplines of magic, so fucking insane cool. Uh,
Yeah.
so let's deal with that. Study research.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Your research now. Study get fucked. Position on effect, or is this just a fortune roll?
I think this is a fortune roll.
Okay.
It's
I just
it's
get plus
about the
one to.
quantity of information. Exactly.
I just got a plus one to it.
Yeah, you get better result level.
I keep rolling to. I keep rolling 0 die. It's 4 to 5.
It's doing weird things. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Let's say you get moderate information with some follow-up question possible, but like no explicit details that are too crazy. Um. So the disciples of Bane, right? Their stick is that the world has to be unmade to be remade. That's kind of their thing. And on top of that, I think a lot of their elders have like the power of vision, right? They see visions of this destroyed and rebuilt future. So they do wield some destructive powers. Like absolutely. Like calling upon lightning with like weather uh like magic effectively is something that some of them can do. They have been known to manipulate the dead, remake them. Um, it really depends on like what sect you're dealing with.
So they just basically fuck shit up.
They fuck shit up. Yeah,
They unmake the
the natural order of
the
things.
natural order of things. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, those seems like a like
yeah, you could like if you want to be like a disciple of the Bane killed a man, you can say like the idea of he was struck with lightning from the skies is a valid thing to say. It has happened.
yeah. I could say like a how would it be a not a disband a group of disciples.
Right. Or they drove the wildlife mad and sent a bear to eviscerate the man. Like
Yeah, something like that. Sure, like
that's their style. Yeah.
I can give you yeah. You know the disciples, any sort of thing really you can get imaginative.
Yeah.
Probably bears, trees,
Nice,
bears,
nice. Yeah,
trees,
so you the tree
lightning,
bear. It's a
a
tree
tree
that turned
bear.
into a bear and struck him with lightning.
Not sure. No,
Not all of those things, no. But you
um,
found a scapegoat and like a convincing enough one that I think you can use that as leverage to like or like as a bargaining chip to convince this man.
you do know they like to hang out on the outskirts. People
He
like them
nods.
can't stay too long around the civilized people.
I would explain how we came to hear things about the town. Yeah, let's make a roll to convince this guy.
Yeah. I think this is what would it be?
You have leverage, so it could be
Yeah.
press.
This saves him.
Um,
This saves him trouble.
yeah.
Um,
Or it's consort because you're making a deal on like equal terms effectively. This is something he doesn't want it, but it is something he can live with.
yeah.
Um,
Like this could turn into violent combat that are probably things that he doesn't
yeah, like
doesn't have to
like
deal
1
with.
to 3, he will just disagree to have a conversation with you.
Yeah. Press. Yeah, I think I'll go for press.
Cool.
This is
So
generally I'm basically telling him that there is no way for you to not have to do your job, and like at best you have to deal with me, at worst you will have to find the kid
yeah,
in in the woods with the mystics, which is like bad news.
yeah. So yeah,
So yeah,
let's
I'm
press
gonna do
him.
that. I'm gonna use Moxie.
Cool. So position in effect. Risky standard.
Risky and standard.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I want? Do I want to go further?
Take it to desperate. What
I am
could?
thinking about what I can do to do that, and what I would want out of it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the extra benefit could be.
Yeah. So what I want him is to step aside and let me
Oh,
deal with.
well, no, that's a consequence. We can't say the extra benefit is you don't take that kind of consequence. That's silly.
Yeah,
I was.
it buffers me from resist effect, but I still want. I'm still trying to think of what I could ask. What other kind of?
Oh, well, what are his companion's abilities? What is his weak point?
Oh yeah,
He
I
could
could
help
get some
you.
gather
Give,
information
you
out of
know,
this.
exactly.
Sure. A tip that would help. That would help a lot. Yeah. That'll let me figure this out. Press -1 Moxie and I guess desperate standard. Sorry, desperate great.
Desperate great. Yeah.
+1 die. Actually, no, I should not use Moxie. I should push myself. Still think it should be 1 stress because we only have 1 player and there's no assist.
So because it's just 1 player, I'll make it 1 stress.
Yeah, because the reason why push
Yeah,
yourself is because you have assist.
Yeah.
And you have assist because there are
I think
at least 2
yeah,
other people playing with you.
maybe something to explore in the future is that in a solo game you have a longer stress track. Because there's abilities, like there's ways of only paying 1 stress, or that is something that might be interesting to bring into play. So,
Okay.
but yeah. So for now, I think like we can make it 1 if we take off the last 2 parts of the track. How's that sound? So you get 6, which otherwise it would have been 4. Or should it be
I still
7?
don't think that. Leave it at 2, because you gotta discuss a little bit more about the dynamics. Because I
Yeah.
think that the game changes a lot when when push doesn't involve more than one person, because the incentives are completely different, and also when instead of having approximately 20 total stress as a pool, you have literally 8 as a pool.
Yeah. Okay. No.
But yeah,
It doesn't
we
matter
can
too
discuss it.
much, so yeah.
But let's just go. I'm gonna use. Oof.
Ooh, well, mark
Let's
your
go.
experience.
Right, mark experience.
Cool.
Yeah,
Double 1.
it was meant to be.
Yeah, let's see here. Position. Desperate 1. It is the worst outcome. You suffer severe harm, serious complication occurs, you lose this opportunity for action. I mean, yeah, you lose the opportunity to have a conversation with this guy. Straight
Yeah.
up. He is not convinced. He's like, no, this would be too much hassle to, like, I'd have to fabricate some kind of evidence as well. So I
Let's
think,
just get through this and get paid. Fuck it.
yeah, let's just. I think that's pretty much it. He's like, he just shakes his head and is like, too much work for too little payout. Let's just get this over with. And he draws his blade. And you're in a desperate situation because as you're maybe like exchanging the first few blows, you know, like you're matching him, you realize he's a better swordsman than you. This is what he does for a living: fight people.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you do? Unless you want to resist any of that, which is totally possible.
No, I am fine with this. He's a better swordsman than me.
Yeah, yeah. So like in the TV series, right? We get this shot where like you're matching him head on, and then like your eyes widen as he drives you further and further back into like the underbrush, where you know, have a hard time like getting a steady footing. And he has this cocky grin on his face as he realizes that he outmatches you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good with that. Let's see. Let's explore some of the. I don't think that I have currently. What kind of magic I could use that could help me? I don't think that I have much on that. So what I
Yeah.
want to do really is figure out if he has any kind of magical aid given to him by the eye. When
Oh.
so do I sense that there is magic at play?
Yeah, so you're using your an eye for magic ability.
Yeah.
You always know when magic is in play.
Do they receive any
No,
kind of medical aid
he's
or
he's
anything?
relying on his personal abilities here. He had to trek through the woods the normal way. He's beating you with human ability and strength. There's no wards upon him.
Okay. I wanted to know if it was getting any kind of magical aid. Okay, so if there's no magical aid at hand, I guess I just gotta go. I just gotta go at him. So if I'm thinking of getting a specialization in skirmish, but I want to be careful on what kind of specialization in skirmish do I get.
Yeah, which for the audience, one of the neat points about your experience is you may spend it at any point, and you can get a specialization with 2 XP.
Do I want dueling or? I think dueling would be interesting, right? The one-on-one fights.
Yeah, yeah.
Being good at maneuvering one-on-one fights.
And like I don't think it's like formally educated dueling, but like focused fights.
Yeah,
Like
it's a one-on-one kind of
yeah,
fight.
you're really good at just keeping track of one enemy at a time, using the terrain to your advantage, but like
Yeah.
you have a hard time keeping track of multiple opponents.
Yes. So this is what I want to do. So
Nice.
that, and now for some fun, I want to in order to gain an advantage on him,
Yes.
I want to like ask for help. I want to turn the 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 hindering on him
Yeah.
for this fight. For the duration of this fight, I want him to be hindered by this space since it's already riled up.
So like we see you focus in on this fight, and then we're like kind of inwardly like, or maybe you know break another rune or something, right, to pull the
Yeah, while we're
attention of
fighting,
the forest towards you and be like, hey, this.
while we're fighting, I'm going to like I grab one of my runes, and when we're both faced, when we're both clashing, and I can get the sword to press against me but not cut me, I will tag him with one of the runes.
Nice.
I just like hit him on the side or on the leg with the rock with the rune, and that's when we go at it.
And
Mhm.
yeah, no, I was just like, when you like tap something with a rune, do we like hear the rune splinter to like signify it's activated, or does it start glowing, or is there any kind of tell?
Um, I think that the writing on the rune sticks to him.
Oh, so like he kind of looks down, it's like, what the? And before
Yeah,
like getting back into the fight. Yeah.
yeah. I'll tag him on the side or maybe on the face, so he just has the writing on one of his cheeks. That would be funny. Um, so yeah, how hindered, how strong do I want this to be? I think
Yeah.
that
So
enough that he cannot maneuver easily,
yeah,
right?
you
Like
want to tell do you want to turn this from a desperate into a controlled situation?
kinda, yeah, like from at least um, bump it down to like risky. I want him to
Okay.
not be able to do footwork easily, roots a little bit higher, firm ground, be muddy, the
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Like
His
I imagine it's
boots
like
feeling with mud.
exactly. It's one of those situations where you like roll into the underbrush that he like broke out of earlier, and he had to like hack his way through. And
Yeah,
now it's like changed, and there's like a muddy pond, and roots that have like grown waist high, and other things that are like entangling him more so than
yes,
you. Yeah.
exactly. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. Position and effect.
uh, you are in a desperate position, and you
Okay,
have standard effect to get
I
it down
see.
to risky, to get the get even ground.
Standard. That's fine.
If
That's what I
you
want.
push it up to great, you can overwhelm him with the terrain and like get a controlled position even.
Do I get +1 effect for calling upon this the spirits commune with entities beyond mortality?
I think you've already done that, and that's why you can do this so immediately during a fight.
True. True. Anyway, yes. So I'm going to try to. I want to use one moxie. I think I would have to push myself and then spend moxie.
Yeah, and remember, you can spend a moxie after the roll.
Yes, but I still need I need dice.
Ah,
Um,
yeah. You're a character that's very pressed for dice. That's true.
yes. Like I'm already half of my stress track. Uh,
Oh boy.
let's see. Sure. I get 1 XP again, and let's go. That's a 2 and a 2, which means that
Wow.
I gotta spend Moxie.
Yeah. Well, also mark your experience for the desperate roll.
I did.
Cool.
And I will roll another d6, which is a 3.
Oh
There you
no.
go.
Oh
So what
no.
happens?
So you don't get what you want, and you face desperate consequences.
Yes.
Oh. Um. I mean, I think you hear a cackling sound in your ear as the spirit, enticed by Merixia, uh,
I hear
turns your
Mauritia.
request. Yeah, exactly. Turns your request upon you, and your feet tangle up in a root that wasn't there before. You fall into the mud, and the mercenary holds his sword to your throat.
No, I
You
want to
lose the
resist that.
fight.
No,
Okay,
I
you
want
want
to
to resist
resist that.
that. Okay.
Uh, I'm gonna use 1 mox. Do I want to use 1 mox? Or what would be the resistance? Like
Yeah,
stat?
so Moxie can be used to.
No.
b-
What would be
it-
the
like,
resistance stat that I
oh,
use? Like
this is
to
a
know if I gotta use some.
physical conflict. It's prowess.
Yeah, okay. I will have to use
Yeah,
mox because
yeah,
I'm already at 4 stress away
yeah.
because I pushed
So
myself twice.
you say you resist, and instead of rolling and paying stress, you use Moxie.
Yes.
Nice. Um, so I
I'll
think.
resist that with moxie.
Yeah, yeah. So you stumble, and at the last moment where he's about to be, I've got you in a position where you can't move anymore. You roll out of the way, and trip him up just long enough to get back up and keep it going.
Yeah, I'm not in a great position.
No,
I want to.
no, yeah. You're still in a desperate position because you wanted to get out of that, but you couldn't.
Yeah, so I guess I gotta have to just go at him.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. And maybe he spits out a mouthful of mud and and then hacks back at you and tries to overwhelm you with his strength.
okay, I'm more
Like
used to the woods that he is, so I'm gonna try to use that to
nice.
my advantage. Um, even if the woods are treacherous, this is kind of what I
Yeah.
do. So
Yeah.
I am going to just go at him. Do I have anything else that can help me in this situation? I'm surprisingly bad at fighting, so let's go.
Let's do it.
Should have thought about that. Uh, it's fine. So I go desperate,
Yeah.
standard. Um my goal would be to
Now remember that, right? All of you are lost in the woods for several days at least.
yeah.
So if you just get away from him, you're good.
Mm,
Ish.
no.
Yeah.
My goal would be to get on his rhythm. Try to make gains instead of always losing exchanges.
Yeah, yeah, right. Because right now he has you at the edge of the pond. You're fighting in the shelf grass here, and he's pushing you into the deep water where you can't move anymore. Expertly maneuvering you in this
Yeah,
treacherous terrain. It's
I wanna I wanna get him within my reach, and be able to get in, not in a dominant position specifically, but in try to start getting on even grounds,
yeah,
so that I can maneuver in and out of his reach, and he can maneuver in and out of my reach, so that we could start fighting on even grounds. And let's do that. This is desperate standard.
desperate standard. Yeah,
What's the worst that could happen? Do you think? 4.
you do it with a consequence. Um, let's see. What would be a consequence? Um, I like the idea of him uh deftly cutting the band of your satchel that you keep your supplies in, and that's what gives you the opening, right? He's like, no more of that, no more of your witchcraft, right? Hexcraft. You would call it hexcraft.
Yeah.
And does that, and then you take that step into his reach, and like, no, now I'm in control, or well, now we're on even footing.
Yeah, like he goes for the forehead, and I do a dart forward, and yeah. So I go for him with clash blades. I Now that I'm in here, I want to go. I want to go for his arm, right? I want to injure his sword arm.
Nice, yeah, disable him. Exactly.
Yeah, I want to make it more difficult for him to be able
Yeah,
to.
yeah. And this is, I think, the moment where, right, like his grin vanishes and he actually grits his teeth and it's like, like he realizes that you're actually better than you seemed at first.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go now that I'm within reach. I'm gonna go like for quick attack.
Yeah, and I imagine it like it gets more physical. Like now, like there's jabbing and kicking involved in addition to the sword play. Like
Yeah,
trying to get a grip.
I'm gonna go for like very quickly. As soon as he shows any kind of hesitation, I'll try to go for one of those attacks. On that side of his body, on the sword arm side, or if I can't get his arm, that would be like
yeah, that'd be like the consequence of like reduced effect. Like
yeah,
you wound him, but you don't disable him.
Position and effect.
Well, you did manage to skirmish, so it's risky now.
Okay.
And you're on even ground, right? Like you're equally capable of hurting each other. So standard effect, I think.
There we go. Got push to desperate, 100%. Go for great effect. I want to injure him. I want to fuck him up.
You want to end his career?
No.
No. Okay.
That I probably. I mean, I could do it later, but I don't think that I can.
Like.
Make
I guess.
a very good strike while I am in this level of situation.
I wonder, like you disable him, right? That's the standard effect. Maybe the greater effect is that you make it look like worse than it is, so he has an excuse. Like you're nice enough to him for that, like to let him do the like, no, I was overwhelmed by someone and we couldn't secure the kid.
Like, I'm going to
instead of making an enemy heal effectively.
Yeah, that works. I can give him a nasty cut that looks nastier than it really is. And let's see.
It's basically showing some sportsmanship here in your profession. It's like, I get it.
Do I want to spend Moxie or do I want to spend stress? If I spend stress, I would end up with 2 stress left. I would also go through the first threshold, which would be interesting.
Yeah. Well, you'd have 2 left, and then if you push yourself again, you go through the threshold or resist.
Right. I thought. Yeah. Okay, so.
Yeah. We're using Bands of Blades rules here for that, because it's it's elegant.
I think I would probably want to push. Do I want a Devil's Bargain, which would easily be losing my hex runes.
Yeah, like right now you've just like they've dropped into the mud, but you can go retrieve them, the Devil Spalgan, like they get swallowed up and you have to make new ones.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I want to lose my hex runes.
Okay, awesome.
So I'm gonna spend 1 moxie. I'm gonna get that. So I don't get any moxie. I just gain 2 dice.
Yeah.
So let's go.
That's
let's,
wicked.
Let's hope for the best. Never a 6. There we go. It's good stuff.
It was risky though. Oh no, you pushed yourself to desperate to get the great effect.
It was desperate.
Yeah, wow. Well, luck experience. You do it with consequence.
Oh, wait. That's, there's 1 more die.
Oh, yeah. There would be 1 more die.
Nope.
Nope.
Not a 6. Let's go.
Wow. This entire time, no 6.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 dice.
That's really bad.
It's good. It's great. Let's go. What's the consequence?
Okay. Do it for consequence.
I think we trade blows.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, and that's what calls off the fight. You trade blows. He gets something nastier than you, and like shouts his name after you, maybe in defiance, as you hobble off and leave your things there. Yeah. What kind of wound does he inflict you? Like.
Let's see. And this I want to resist, but I want to figure out what happens.
Yeah, where does it start, right? Because against him, right, we established like you cut his sword arm. He's not going to be able to wield his blade for a week or 2, as that heals, and it looks really nasty. But he's out to kill you, and almost succeeds.
Okay, so now I'm gonna resist that. I think that he gets me in the gut. But
he misses like anything vital. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is that I push the sword down to the leg, right? And when he's there, like I cross.
Yeah, he does like the two-handed like. He goes to do like the finishing move of like ramming the sword through your belly, but you like shift and deflect it like into your leg, and then like draw a dagger and just cut his hand, cut right through the like tendons, and he screams and drops his sword inside you.
Oh, I want to get him on like the arm and the shoulder.
Yeah, that's like his entire shoulder like his arm goes limp.
He's gone like. There, got me on like the leg. That I will have a lot of
I think he's badass enough to like pull, like use his limp arm to like pull the sword back out of you before like stumbling backwards into the mud as he like gets swallowed up by the like grass that like surrounds this pond, and you lose sight of him.
Himself off me.
Yeah, he kicks himself off you, and you get separated, and you just have the sense of like you're not gonna be able to find him, but like, yeah,
Gosh,
and like
dang it.
there's this shout, just like fuck, got me. So he's just dealing with that.
Yeah, I'll be like, well. Lost in the woods, and my legs fucked. Well,
Awesome.
this is gonna take a while longer than I expected. God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try to look for my runes. Like, well, fucking hell, true.
There's like maybe like a bubbling, squelching sound as the mud like makes one last like splurge as it just vanishes.
Oh, like, oh, fuck me.
Yeah. So this is where we mark like those 2 lasting consequences, right? Like you've lost your bag of runes and you took an injury to the leg. Awesome.
Yeah. It's stricken true. The magical implements.
Yeah.
The bag of runes are gone. I don't have them. I can't.
Yeah, you're not getting that
I'll need to.
advantage anymore.
Yeah, I'll need to recreate a lot of that shit. But first, I gotta tend to my wounds.
Yeah, awesome. How about
I'll
we
need to do
take a
it.
break here?
Yeah.
And then we come back and, play out the aftermath of you, like, getting out of the woods, dealing with your injuries, and retrieving the kid, which you're getting that much at least. Right? Like,
I'm gonna figure
this
that
guy
shit
is
out.
not going after you.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah. Let's say that.
Cool. So
10
we'll,
minutes.
yeah, reconvene in 5 to 10 minutes,
10.
something like that.
5 minutes. Unless you need more.
Yeah, no, I'm good. So
Mm-hmm.
let's meet in 5.
5.
Woo! I'm back.
Welcome back. Are you good for continuing?
Yep, I'm good. Let's do it.
Go. Okay. I gotta at least tend to my wound. Just, you know, wash it.
Yeah, you do the basics. Make sure it's not gonna kill you a week down the line. But you might want to consider taking some rest, like seeking out someone skilled at this in the future.
Yeah, I gotta wash it, tie something around my leg, like
Yeah.
keep it from getting dirty.
For now, you're lucky enough to have a horse, so you can at least put some of the strain off it and still get
Yeah.
around.
And I think that I gotta probably just have to try to get the kid quickly and throw him
Yeah. So like, right,
in
like
that
what
direction.
you've beaten the mercenary. He's not gonna interfere, and we've established that the mutant is lost in the woods. So there's nothing really stopping you from retrieving the kid and leaving. But like, do you? Is there anything like you want to do before you do that? And if not, what does it look like when you retrieve the kid and like give him away? Like, is this a scenario where we want to play out like the journey to these friendly mages, or do we just say you do it and then we see you at a different place in time? I guess.
I want.
Yeah.
I will let you frame. I will let you say like what specific things you're interested in. Yeah, when it comes to this, I want this scene. I want to see how you deal with this. I want to see how you deal with that.
Okay.
Depending on what scene you want.
So I guess. Yeah. So I guess the next big challenge would be like, what does it look like when you're traveling with a kid? Right. You have this injury as well. What are the arrangements you make? Where do you go?
It's when I
Right.
circles up
This is when your circles up. Yeah.
somebody. Yeah, this is when I circles up.
Yeah. And I think
when
after that we go into Fallout.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to circles up a mystic. This would be this would be important, definitely.
Yeah.
Um.
So
Yeah.
I think there's actually a mistake in the rules with circles starting at 0. And I think they're supposed to start at 1. And you have a circle at 2 instead.
I think you get a total of two to distribute, right, or something.
Yeah, I don't quite remember what it looked like in the past. Let me take a look at an old character, actually. That'll clear it up immediately. It just seems pretty weird if I'm gonna ask you to roll 0 dice in a moment here. That is just straight up not correct. Yeah, circles all start at 1. And then you have one circle that starts at 2 instead. So bump all your circles up by 1, and I'll have to correct the rules on that.
Okay. I think that you can get a circle at 0 die. I think.
Yeah, you can have circles at 0 die, but the implication there is right, they're unlikely to assist you, you're not familiar with them, you know of them, but that's it.
But you
But
still get
all the
access to them.
circles, yeah, all the circles in character creation are circles you have a relationship with.
Okay, so that works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for 1 die. Do I have any means to really go for it? Um, nah, I want to see what happens if I fuck it up. So let's go at this. Sure. Maybe this will be the first 6.
Maybe.
Nope, it is not.
It's a 1!
It is always a 1.
Oh. So my
I'm-
question to you here would be then, do you get turned away, or is the only person you know of really far away, and that's a challenge to get to?
I think I get turned away by this, by the person that I know nearby, right? By the person that I would contact here. They want no part of this, so I
It's
am
like, this
stuck
boy is
with the kid.
known. Yeah. You're
I'm
stuck with the
stuck with
kid.
this kid for now.
Awesome.
So this kid is my charge now, for now. So let's get Harry Powell.
Yeah. He is a contact on your sheet. Congratulations. You have a kid now.
Harry Powell. The brat.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Um,
I did it.
and with that, we go on to Fallout.
Yeah, so I'm stuck with this kid.
You're stuck with this
is a
kid.
fact for now. Let's go. So that's
okay.
the first conflict.
Yeah,
Get that.
that was the first conflict. So, Fallout. What are the consequences of your actions? How do you relate to the people, factions, culture surrounding your story? Yay! Let's figure all of these things out. So, I think one thing that I like to do here, though, is that as you're, going through the things the father has packed for the boy, you find like a valuable family heirloom that you know is like the equivalent of two favor, right? That is a resource you can use that is meant to keep the boy safe.
Okay. So I accumulate 2 favor that are those. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's just a very logical thing.
Okay.
So, yeah. I guess the question here is how long, right? Like we established with Fallout how much time is gonna pass. And the question here is how long are you gonna stick with the boy before you go in and deal with the next situation, or like specifically try to
The
rid
next
yourself of
situation will
him?
be finding someone for the boy.
Yeah. So how long until then?
You gotta unravel the what happens on Fallout first of all. Like,
Okay.
what are the consequences? What changes?
What are the consequences here?
are
What
reactions?
changes? So, the involved parties here were really just the citizens of Crossrock, and the Wardens.
Yep.
And there's little reason for the Wardens not to blame this on you. So I think, yeah, you take some negative status with them, and they start trying to track you down. Like, people that go against the Wardens are not to be tolerated. That is exactly who they deal with.
Yeah. I started on bad terms with Wardens. I am known throughout the group.
Yeah, and like your name didn't get out, but like if one of them sees you, they'll remember. And I want to start a clock, which is effectively a frontier where they're gonna try to confront you, hunt you down. They don't have many leads or anything really to go on yet, so maybe it's an 8 clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. let's make that.
Where?
Boom. I'll put it next to your token, and it should be
Yeah.
visible. Let's see. Warden Hunters. There you go. Enjoy your 8 clock. Alright. And yeah, I mean you do build good rapport with the citizens of Crow Rock and the area. So if you want to record that as a circle, you can. You know, the family owes you for this, assuming you manage to get the boy to safety.
Do we want Crow's Rock, or do we just want the like 0 with villagers or whatever?
Yeah, villagers works. You're also in a line of profession where that makes sense.
Yeah.
I did that again.
There you go.
Cool. So we open up that circle. What else? So that's the involved parties. Do we want to roll on the Warden Hunters clock, or do we just open it?
I think just opening it's the established thing on the fiction that
Yeah.
there's something for the reasons for them to be wary of me.
Yeah, this is something we can bring into future conflicts and scenes. Cool. Do they make new friends, enemies, lovers, allies? Yeah, review your contacts. We have recorded Harry Powell.
Harry Powell.
Harry Powell.
You're a wizard, Harry.
He is! You are his Hagrid.
You're a wizard.
Is there anyone else that we want to maybe consider to be a contact? The mercenary you fought? Didn't really get to.
Depends if they care enough to actually like fuck with me if we meet, or I don't think we are in that kind of relationship. I can't find him and he can't find me.
Correct. So until the Warden Hunter's clock progresses significantly, there's no real reason for there to be anything.
I don't think much else changed other than
Yeah, it's a fairly small thing. I mean, I guess what we could look at is how's Crossrock gonna do, because they now have to deal with the fact that they're gonna get blamed for you. I think
that's gonna be that's definitely gonna be a thing. I am not from Crow's Rock, so that's that.
Yeah,
so let's
and that's their safety net. That's what helps them heal.
Let's build a pool of die. I literally showed up the same day that they did, and they learned of me the moment that they faced me, basically.
So this is kind of the same as that loyalty check we made, fortune roll we made earlier, right? In this case, it's how well can the village defend itself against scrutiny. How much do they blame on you specifically, and kind of drive it away from the family. 1 to 3, the family gets eradicated as punishment. Probably under the goal to lure you out, to be no, this is what we do if you interfere. Don't do it again. You're just making things worse, but other results might be more complicated. So how many dice would they have on blame shit on Adria?
I think it would be a lot, because I'm not really intertwined with the village.
Yeah, you're an outsider. The village cooperated.
Yeah, I'm not from the village. The first guy that I talked to very quickly got the fuck out. didn't want to deal with that.
And I think you have shown yourself to be the bigger threat. You're more important in this, ultimately.
I got in a fight with one of them. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
biggest the biggest 3 points that I can get to is I arrived the same day that they did, pretty much. I got in a fight with the well, didn't get in a fight, but the first person that I talked to, I couldn't get something out of him. In the bar where I like very
Yeah,
very
the
loudly
village
stated my
was
intent.
not helping you, for the most
Yeah,
part.
very loudly stated my intent, and he just fucked off with his friends. Um, and then I got in a fight with them,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just straight
So
up.
let's give him
And
let's give Grossrock 3 dice to defend itself.
yeah,
Here.
the only time that I got information from two people, the lady and the stable hand,
Yeah. Yeah, and the
who
stable
then
hand
ratted me out.
immediately ratted you out. Exactly.
Who then ratted me out anyway. So I think that they have a pretty good case, really.
Okay. Uh, let's roll it here.
I think they yeah.
Grossrock Lanes. Adria. 5.
There we
Which
go.
still not a 6, by the way. So yeah, I think the village or the town is gonna survive this, right? They're under scrutiny. There's gonna be additional taxes levied. You know, if you return, there's not gonna be a warm welcome for you, but there might be the
They're gonna
secret
keep an
toast. Yeah,
they're gonna keep an extra eye. Like they're gonna do a second check amongst all the children,
yeah, yeah.
see like who has magical
Ultimately,
knowledge or not.
it ended up worse for everyone, but it could have been much worse.
Could have been worse.
Yeah. So I think I'll take a note of like Crow's Rock like having become unwelcoming in this process.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like there's maybe even like the local baron like establishes a permanent force of guards. Like he sends like 6 men to make sure that no strangers show up unquestioned again.
Okay.
Yeah, let me make that note.
Now I want to figure out actually how the pair of mercenaries like what are they
How?
tasked with doing?
Yeah, that's a good
Because
question.
they were sent. I didn't get the guy to agree to it, so it is confirmed that there was a kid there with magical talent, but that they failed to get it.
Yeah, like how does that pair do? Right,
Yeah.
what's their
So what
situation?
happens?
So
Yeah.
yeah, so they were sent out specifically because of these rumors. It's like investigate and detain, pretty standard stuff.
Yeah. How is that taken, right? Like you were tasked to bring the kid back. You faced unforeseen circumstances, and like
And it was a
we're
complete and utter failure.
we're gonna yeah.
Yeah.
It's like are they? Is it just seen as like like weird shit happen? This is not supposed to happen. Whatever. Or
Yeah,
we sent
yeah.
you
So
specifically and like we expected you to deal with any kind of
I
unexpected circumstance.
I want to make that fortune roll,
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
this
thinking.
is this is gonna be for the amount of trouble they get in. I
Yes.
think, yeah, and the factors that I can call here, right, is like their job was to detain the kid. Screw that up. They're an expert team meant to deal with people like you. Fuck that up. And they are
Are
under
they?
the employ. Yeah, they're wardens. This is what they do, right?
I thought that their goal was just to like collect these skits and deal with rogue mages.
Well, what are you if not a rogue mage at
I'm
this
not a
point?
mage.
You're not a mage, but you fall in that ballpark, I think, of
Uh,
problematic
I
people
guess.
they don't like.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I think that is definitely something that can be held against them. Like, okay, you were interrupted by this person who clearly used supernatural means against you. Why didn't you be excellent at that, at dealing with that problem? um, and then the third factor is that they operate under Baroness Ellen Drakehold, and she has been known to be a vicious, scheming, manipulative person that is not cruel. Cruel is a tag that she should have. She's not gonna take this lightly. So this is why I would say
She's known to be cruel or not known to be cruel?
she is known to be cruel.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me pull up her exact tags here. Goldwell. Competent, cold, and vicious.
Jeez. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Understandable why they would have taken the sword against me.
Yeah.
They have a bad manager.
So I guess they roll 0 dice on defending themselves, or is this the other way around, where we roll 3 dice to shit can them?
I forgot what we would. So they're trying to defend themselves against another
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's high is good for them.
High is good, and thus we roll 0 dice. They have lost their dice.
Yeah. So they have zero dice. They have no good excuse to deal with this because they were not even a mage.
Yeah. Okay.
4.
4.
Good.
So they come out of it with some, you know, like, with some concessions made. There might have been some torture involved, you know, a reassurance of things not going like that again.
He's
But
sent to hunt me down, though.
yeah, I think that's the thing. She sends them specifically to hunt you down. Finish the job. I'm gonna
Yeah.
like you're gonna be in good standing once you finish the job.
Find the kid. Fuck her up.
Nice. So let me add her to my list of NPCs.
Yeah.
Ellen
Bring the
Goldwell.
kid back and bring the hexer back.
Filch to bring the kid and Adria back. Boom.
So that's the next thing. Again, I gotta find a place for the kid and evade the wardens, or at least deal with them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I kind of feel like that impacts the clock we've established now.
No, we
Oh?
just got him.
I guess it justifies it.
Chased
It's like,
basically.
yeah, this is specifically who is gonna try to attempt and fill that clock. Awesome.
Yeah, because he's trying to just get to me to kill me and the kid, or take the kid, or take me and the kid, or whatever it is that he feels like doing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But point is, he needs to fix his Addler. So that's gotta be what I deal with for now.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, like at least like, you know, a handful of weeks pass
Yeah.
for all of this to resolve, and for you to like travel to the place that you thought would take the kid in and then doesn't.
Yeah, because it has to be far away. And now I gotta go even further away. So the goal, the aim that I would have is to go where the disciples of Bane are in that area.
Ah.
I'm gonna edge closer and closer to like the the places where they have less of a hold, and try to talk to the mystics there. Those are probably
Nice.
even less willing to deal with the ice bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, and I think you remember a place that
Yeah,
is like far away and thus has like little relation to the eye. Um, like one of the further out baronies. Awesome.
yeah, that's gotta be
Um,
like a trip of like
yeah,
three
you have to cross the
weeks,
nation.
2 or 3 weeks. Yeah,
That's what happens. Nice.
I gotta cross the fucking Misty Mountains.
Oh no, I was thinking you're going in the other direction. You're going over to Lyriel.
Look at that. Yep,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go fucking far. Okay, I think that's gonna do. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just have to travel all around that area.
Let's get into downtime.
Damn right.
So,
Um, let's get a
downtime I
poll.
think occurs while you're traveling. Right, this is
Yes.
it, making stops in various cities and villages and doing things on on the road.
Or camping, like
Yeah.
whenever I need to shortcuts or other
So,
trails.
uh, when you enter downtime, establish how much time there's available for it. Is it a lot? A little? Um, yeah. Let's establish the time frame. And how busy are you during this time? Like you're traveling, but that's just moving. Um,
Yeah, I'll be traveling. I'm wounded. Um, the thing that I will probably do is find passage to Lyriel. Um,
yeah. So I
because
think like
we can't travel like 2 3 weeks a month just on horseback every day all the time.
it would kill the
It
kid.
it
Yeah.
will kill me. Uh, it's too much. So probably, yeah, like a trader or something that might go there, offer
Alright. So
protection, that kind of thing.
yeah. So I think there's a then quite a bit of time that you have that they have the ability to spend on like downtime activities. That's because what this question is asking, right? Like between 2 and 5 actions based on like time available and busyness, like where do we kind of see ourselves? I think 4 makes sense here.
Yeah, okay.
Um, you're not pushing yourself on the journey, and you're coming through like you're traveling through places where you have the ability to do things. Um, so
Yeah,
let's say 4, and then if we go beyond that, that then probably starts ticking up the one hunter's clock. Right.
okay, so I'm gonna use one of my 4 actions to I want to use one to recover. What I want to do is basically try to um, get rid of or lessen
Yeah.
the stress of this wound. So something that I would say is um, like closing the wound, having the wound enclosed, make sure it doesn't infect. That I can walk and do things, but I am at a risk of opening the wound.
Yeah, you find someone to stitch it up and like do a herbal like salve that you apply under like the bandages on it.
I know we have recovery mechanics, but they're garbage.
Well,
So
not yeah, we don't really have recovery mechanics.
it's here, but they're garbage.
They don't make
The
sense because we don't have injuries or levels
so
of injury.
what I'm
So
gonna say is that
yeah,
I'm gonna straight up pretend that this is basically the way that I deal with my harm rework, which is we just renegotiate harm, and it is simple like um a 6 clock or an 8 clock that fills up, and if it fills up, I open the wound. But if I get to through the next like conflict, if I get the other way to the next downtime, I heal it,
Right. So
without opening it.
we take an action here. We make a roll to establish how easily, like, or how difficult it would be to worsen this injury. And the next
No,
time
I
we say
think
it's
we just
gone.
have to think if it's
Oh.
a 6 or an 8.
I think it
Like,
makes more sense to me if we just say you go seek out like aid from a healer. We figure out
yeah.
what they do to it. If it's effective, then we downstage the injury or get rid of it. And if it's not effective, then, well, as a consequence of your actions or Devil's Bargain, we can say, oh, you open it back up, it gets worse, right? It sticks around.
I just don't see the value of putting dice behind the recovery when we can establish a fictional when we can establish mechanisms to determine if it heals or not through play, right?
Okay.
Right, like this injury is not a problem, but it is a risk to becoming a problem again if you stress it. And if you stress it is if you fuck up goals, this is on the table
Right.
as
Okay.
a sticky
Okay. So
consequence.
then recovery basically says you have dealt with the injury, but only next downtime do we delete it. And in
Yes,
between, we might use it as a consequence or risk. Okay.
we are negotiating the how recovery looks like.
Yes.
That's why I spend a downtime action. I spend a downtime action to renegotiate the injury. Yo, I wrote a fucking thing about this. Did you even read it?
Like a
Gosh.
year ago.
You're all terrible people. A lot of you. Oh. Especially you. I'm not gonna say who it is.
It's fine.
Precisely you.
But okay, so yeah, you find someone to stitch it up, to see to it, and we keep in mind that you do still have the injury, but right now it's been dealt with to not affect you.
Yeah. This is the kind of thing that I gotta be careful. This is the kind of thing that you get, you know, accidentally fuck up while fighting or
Yeah.
whatever, right? Okay, so that. What other kind of action I could take? Try to get fucking runes back for
Yes.
sure.
Get your supplies back.
Okay, so that would be getting back to mystics. So that I can get like the right rocks and the right runes if somebody already has one of those, that kind of shit. So let's see. Yeah, it would be mystics. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it would just be contacting mystics and
Yeah, that
getting.
gives you the avenue. Yeah.
Yeah. So how are we gonna determine if this works or not? If this succeeds or not?
I
Or if
think
we want
this
to think, if we
is
want to put limitations on like how well it went, and then bump that up or less, or I don't know.
I think it's a long-term project, like a 4 clock, and
Okay.
like if you just want to roll fortune on mystics to acquire this asset effectively, right, on work on the clock, that'd be standard effect.
Okay. So I just roll my essentially like the equivalent of like a consort, but with the mystics.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be standard effect with 1 die. Okay. The runes. Let's say what? There's a 3, so that's 1.
Yeah, 1 out of 4 ticks. That's pretty bad.
1 vortex. I want to roll another one.
Yeah,
What
it's
do
like
we
maybe
need?
it's a scenario of like in this city there's just nobody that deals with that particular kind of magic, right? Mysticism.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me think of what I want to do. Indulge Vice. How does Indulge Vice looks like?
literally all the text in the downtime actions is complete garbage, so don't look at it.
How are we gonna deal with Indulge Vice? Do we just
I think the
do?
idea was that you take the downtime action to clear your stress and deal with a complication. Like we establish a complication because of it.
Okay. I got 3 more downtime actions. The only way that I can get the things, the other one would be by spending 1 favor. Getting a 4 to 5 and spending 1 favor to get that, and then Indulge Vice. So I think I would try to Indulge Vice and then negotiate a complication. What kind of complication would be interesting?
I wonder.
Indulge Vice.
It's not really Indulge Vice anymore, is
Yeah.
it? It's something
It's
else.
something else.
Yeah.
Something else. I'll probably visit friends that I have on my way there.
So maybe
People
they ask you to deal with a problem in the future.
Yeah. I get entangled up in more shit that I gotta deal with on my way back. But there's gotta be something. I like the idea of putting stuff on the clock on the warden, on the guy
That makes
hunting
sense. Yeah.
me. I spend a little bit too much leisure time.
Yeah, like you
Trying
spend a
to
few
chill out.
days in one of the cities instead of like moving on immediately, and
Yeah.
like word gets out like a hexer has been by.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's good.
Cool. So like 1 tick on that then.
There we go. And do we roll to like low
No,
stress, or
you
do we
just clear your stress.
Okay, that's good.
Because this is what would have happened, right? This is the kind of thing that would happen if you fill it up.
Yeah, okay. And let's go to the next thing, which is, I think I just gotta keep figuring out. Let me check the things. Perform ritual long-term project, indulge vice, craft. No, I think I'm gonna keep trying to get my runes. Let's go. 1 die. More runes. Ooh. So I just gotta use the last one, really.
I also want to point out that the only time we rolled a 6 was on the 0 die fortune roll.
Yeah, but that's not even me.
Yeah.
That's another.
Oh,
I gotta use.
wow.
I gotta use one.
Yeah.
No. Do I want to use 1 favor to bump it up?
That would get
use
you.
favor, or do I want to stay without my runes? No, I gotta use it. It's interesting. I need them. They're
Yeah. So this is like the kind of scenario where like you travel from city to city, right? And each time you seek out the people and like scrape together like maybe just a little bit of what you need. And then
I,
ultimately like maybe you're just like, screw it. And you go to the trade legion and like whack this family heirloom on the table and like I need runes. Yeah.
just like I can't. I don't know. Somebody just give.
Um,
I just keep getting like a handful of runes every time.
yeah. And
I
yeah,
know.
but
It's like
this
these are the
finishes
ones
the
that I
job.
got. I need the other ones. It's like, well, okay, sure. These are the ones that I got. I need the other ones. Like, well, thanks.
Wow.
And I keep doing that until I finally, finally get it. Finally. And I was like, oh god, fucking damn it. I guess that took a while.
I was just seeing if maybe there would be a 6 on like a completely useless roll, but no.
I didn't do it. That's it. That's it.
But okay, yeah, you scrounge together a new set of materials and runes that gonna keep you afloat.
Yep.
Nice.
A magical implement, and it was good. Now I gotta think of what to. No, I think what to do next is pretty well established. It is I am adjacent to disciple lands, and I gotta figure out whom to um which of the mystics around here would be okay with
Taking on an
picking up
apprentice.
this kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what problems are here that I gotta deal with to get him there. And then also dealing with the fucking warden that is gonna come here. So that works.
Nice.
Let's go. XP time.
Yeah.
I
This
guess.
is a good place to stop. Let's take a look at experience. There you go. So we were tracking the desperate actions, and you got like 5 or so experience out of that total.
Probably. Let me check the amount
Yeah. I
of
added
desperate.
one like myself at some point.
Okay, so there's
So yeah,
one.
you spent 2 and you have 3 left. So
Yeah, let me check if we're keeping
I think
track of
that's
them all.
correct. 1, 2,
There's
3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's 5.
we're good. Awesome. So that's a boatload of experience just from that.
I'll
Um,
probably go way much more. Yeah.
yeah. So, and then at the end of the session, you gain up to 2 experience for each of these triggers. Did you act to pursue a goal or defend a belief? Yes.
Absolutely.
You only acted to pursue a goal. Which is perfect.
Yep, so that's 2.
2.
Where do we go?
Did your heritage or history inform your choices?
Yes.
Yeah. It was pretty much all about you doing your job as a hexel and you know,
Kind of doing my particular way to do it, my
and
job.
your particular way of doing it. Yeah, exactly.
Just being
Your self-proclaimed job, really.
just
Um,
being a pain in the ass.
did you struggle because of a flaw, inability, or principle? And maybe this is a good moment to establish them.
I mean, it was established very quickly in the fight that I was not as good at fighting as they were.
Yeah. We kind
Right?
of established like you're good at one-on-one, but when you get into like a group
He
fight
was
or
better
against
than
someone
me.
who is better than you, yeah, you'd struggle.
Even in one-on-one, he was better than me. Like
Yeah.
straight up. Um, and I got lost for like a few days. I got everybody lost for
Yeah,
a few
that's
days.
true. That's true. That was a big screw up.
Extremely quickly. That was like my first thing.
Yeah.
I
So I think, yeah, like we've seen some inabilities here, right? Like some weaknesses of your character. Like you are a capable sport fighter, but you're not the best. And
yes.
you are able to talk with spirits and impose your will, but also that carries some really real risks with it, and you're not really like you weren't equipped to deal with that in this situation, right? You
Ooh. Wait. Did I?
hmm.
I messed up. Wait. Never mind. I could have used my armor to resist one of the consequences of the
Oh, yeah, you could have
magic stuff. But
next
honestly,
time.
I don't think there was any of them that I actually wanted to really
It
resist.
was good. It's like obviously I'm gonna resist dying or like losing the fight, but aside from that, like, yeah,
Yeah, I think that I didn't need it. I didn't want any of those to specifically to resist specifically. Yeah.
it's pretty sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I still think that last trigger is worth like 2 XP. Your inabilities,
Yeah.
nice. So that maxes you out and flows you one over even.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
So let's get that. Yay. And then, whoa, sorry. How much moxie do I get at the end of each session?
1 at the end of the session,
Okay,
which brings us back to a healthy 2. Yeah,
there we go.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, I resisted the losing of the fight as a consequence to me using magic. Because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm just bad at it. I'm just bad at all of this. It's Merrick's fault. She's just
Definitely.
a piece of shit.
Definitely. No, I imagine like the dream that following night would have totally been like a replay of the fight again. Just like taunting you.
Just being a piece of shit, and it's like fuck off. Just stop. Do you have anything better to do? Probably not, right?
No.
Whatever.
No, you know they have nothing better to do.
Ooh, wait. She was with the other guy, so she
Oh, we
probably
should.
have told them. She probably has told them things about me during that
Oh, that
day.
is true. Do we want to find out how much and what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much how much time was she able to focus enough and not fuck with me to like sabotage me in a way that is warden facing?
Uh, yeah, because they definitely did like get some distraction, right? Like because they were fucking with you as well directly. Um, but I still think there was ample time. Um, let's give her 2 dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is not how much time she has, is how much time does she
Did,
spare to focus on that rather than other things?
I think this
'Cause,
was a good opportunity. Yeah.
yeah. So
And you
I can't
explicitly
focus.
involved her with the other guy,
Yeah.
so yeah.
4 to 5. No, not a 6. Not even here.
Not a 6. I think they know your name.
Yes.
And that, I mean, that's 2 ticks on the clock, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
They know my name. Yeah, that's the thing.
And I mean, they know that you are strongly connected or tied to a Fae. So That's a big deal.
Yeah, I made a bad deal with the Fae.
Yeah.
They know about, I don't know, Myrexia is tied to me. And I'm tied to her. And yeah, it's just difficult to deal with, but yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
A source of information, if you can find her. And she spares the time to just deal with you. But yeah, okay, good.
Okay, yeah. Awesome. That's the session.
We did it.
We did it. It worked really well.
No, the downtime was a disaster.
Okay, yeah, downtime was a disaster because we basically made